Welcome to episode 13 of Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson, the show that is made possible by a Blue Yeti microphone, an iPhone with a USB connection, and a lot of dreams. That's right. This is episode 13. In today's episode, we're going to discuss the hardships of being blind. I've been doing this TikTok live stream for the past 16 days, and I have realized that I get a lot of the same questions. But one question that comes through a lot is, how do you stay positive when you can't see and you have such a tough time getting employment? How do you stay positive? You know what? That is a great topic, and in celebration of episode 13, the episode you're listening to right now, we're going to focus all that episode on this topic: how to stay positive when you know you have a disability, how to stay positive when you're living with a disability. And allow me to give ourselves a round of applause because we have done 13 episodes. We've been doing this podcast now for just over 3 months. And I'm so proud of us. I'm proud of myself, for sticking to the episodes. So, without further ado, let's get into the episode, shall we? Welcome to Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson. I'm your host. This podcast is all about my life, really, in a nutshell, from stories that I remember growing up, from childhood to young adulthood to starting a family, and of course, my ultimate passion, stand-up comedy. This is kind of like a podcast of my life, if it was a biography. There will be some good moments, sad moments, growing moments, and I thank you for being a part of it. This is Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson. I don't have my earphones plugged in today, my headphones. I don't have them plugged in today because the day is almost over, and I've been so busy with life and just everything going on that I didn't want to set up my whole recording rig. So you'll notice, if you're watching us through the video feed over at patreon.com/Tuesday Stories, you'll notice that I'm not wearing my headphones today. And that's because I want to record this episode, then, not to sound very old or anything, but I want to go to bed. At age 34, I have realized just how important my sleep is. This episode of Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson is brought to you by the amazing support of you, patrons, over at patreon.com/Tuesday Stories. If you visit patreon.com/Tuesday Stories, you are able to support this podcast for just $5 a month, or support this podcast for $11 a month, where for the $11 a month, you get a beautiful video feed of yours truly. It's a side angle. Maybe I'll add more angles eventually, but for now, this is my good side as I stroke my face for those of you who don't have the video feed. So, the common question I get all the time when I'm doing these TikTok live streams. If you don't know, I have been live streaming on TikTok for the better part of 16 days. And I got to tell you, a lot of people donate to the show over at tiktok.com/@blindguycomedy. A lot of people donate to the show because they think I'm positive, they think I have my life in order, or they just think, oh, this guy is a legit awesome person. We love him. And I'm very open to how much I make. In the past 16 days, we've made $60 over at tiktok.com/@blindguycomedy. And the common question I get is, how do you stay so positive? We watch you. We can tell you're visually disabled, A lot of the trolls that come in, a lot of the negative people that show up in my live streams through the power of live comments often say that my eyes look weird. They often say that my eyes look odd. They often say that I shouldn't even be streaming because of the way I look. Now, the secret to staying positive is you really have to ignore all that nonsense. You have to ignore what people are telling you, because one thing you need to remember is when people are being negative to you, when people are telling you these awful things that they think hurts you, what they are doing is they're projecting their beliefs onto you. They might even admire you, but they don't know how to say it. So a lot of the time they're being mean, they're being rude. And when you watch a blind guy comedy live stream on TikTok, you'll know that I tend to focus on the questions that are okay, the questions that make sense, like, what happened to your eyes? Do you mind me asking, why are you blind? Do you mind me asking, did you lose your vision later on in life? Were you born that way? Like, I get all the questions. My live streams are just me answering all those questions like 300 times per night on the live stream. And I do that because my goal is to educate the world on what it's like to be visually impaired, what it's like to be blind. And one of the biggest things I like showing people is just because you have the title of, yes, I am blind, it doesn't have to mean you're completely blind. What makes me blind is my eye condition called Peter's anomaly. And my eyes have a bad nystagmus, so they wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. They're always wiggling. They're always like, yeah, shake what your mama gave you. They're always just shaking away. And it's always been normal to me. But why am I so positive? We're getting there. I am positive because I want people to feel comfortable with me. I want people to see that it is okay to be blind. And most of all, the biggest lesson I try to teach on my TikTok live streams and in everything about me here on the internet is just because you have a disability, for me, just because you have a disability like my blindness, it doesn't make you any different. The only thing different about me is my eyes do not work very well. So I choose to be positive because I want to bring a positive experience to other people and to show the world that being blind, it can be fun, that being blind doesn't always have to be depressing, negative, sad. Do I ever cry because of my blindness? Yes. Do I ever wish I could see? Oh my goodness, all the time. Do I ever cry because I can't find work because of my disability? Oh my goodness, sometimes, absolutely. But why I bring a positive experience to my live streams, to my podcasts, to everything I do here on the internet is because I want people to know that it's okay to be blind. I want people to know that it's okay if some of you have ADHD. I want everybody to know that it's okay if you're autistic. Those things are what make you the awesome person that you are. Do I think my blindness makes me the awesome person that I am? Absolutely. I believe in my heart of hearts that being blind is the best thing in the world, because I gotta tell you, I got to be super honest with you here on Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson, is that it's a struggle. There's days where I can't turn up the positive knob to 11 and rip it off. I can't always pump that positivity. But 80% of the time, I can do it. 80% of the time, I can believe in my own spiritual well-being, And a long time ago, being blind really brought me down. A long time ago, being blind would keep me up all night. Like, tomorrow's going to be the day my wife leaves me because she knows she can do better with someone else who can see and provide the family with more money than I'll ever provide. But you know what? If she was going to do it, she would have done it a long time ago. So I started realizing I have to be positive for not just the world, but I have to be positive for myself. And if I can bring that positive experience to my awesome subscribers on the internet, for my awesome listeners on Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson, the podcast you're checking out right now, if I can bring that positive beliefs to TikTok and wherever I go, it shows the world that being blind doesn't always have to be depressing. And because I was born this way, I'm used to it. The other question I commonly get on my TikTok live streams is, oh, give me a second here. I lost it. It's in there. It's about being positive. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, the common question that I get on my TikTok live streams is, do you ever pray to God and ask if you can see? And yeah, I pray to the man upstairs every night. I pray to him so hard. But when I'm not praying to him, I try to talk to myself, and I tell myself, today's a great day. Today is a good day because we're alive. Today is a wonderful day because we're not in the ground. Our time is not up. Today is a wonderful day because you have 5 kids. Not a lot of people have 5 kids out there. Today is a good day because you found your wife over 19 years ago. Today is a great day because you have way more in this lifetime than some people will even get at all. You know? I'm so happy that I have everything that I have. I'm so happy that I have the technology to talk to you right now. I'm so happy that I'm starting a new role as a motivational speaker next year. And I'm so happy that for the first time, people like the agency that I signed with recently, I'm so happy that they get to see me in this new way of life where I have learned to be grateful. I have learned to focus on the things that I have overcome. And the biggest mountain I have ever overcome is myself. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be alive. And you know what? There is going to be days where I have oh my goodness, my life is not good right now. I am so blind. Sometimes it kills me. You know, there are days where I'm like, I should apply at Burger King. You know, I have experience working at Burger King. I just gotta show them, that's all. You know, like there's days where the idea of finding a job engulfs me so much that that's where where I spiral into sadness, is when I'm not getting hired for a job. But then, guess what? Whatever's going on at that moment, one thing I've learned is that feeling of being useless, feeling like you're useless, that feeling goes away. Because at the end of the day, it's just happening right now. And tomorrow's going to be a great day. Tomorrow's going to be awesome. You know, tomorrow's Wednesday. Is there anything happening Wednesday? I don't think so. I have to go to Best Buy and return a bunch of gear because it's not working with my soundboard. But other than that, it's going to be a great day. The people at Best Buy, if I walk into Best Buy with a positive attitude and I'm like, hi, how's it going? I bought these cords and they're not working for me. Can I have my money back, please? I also need a 1/4 inch cord to plug into my soundboard so I can send an analog signal from my soundboard to my tablet so then I can have a better live stream experience on TikTok. You know, and I'm sure they're going to help me. I'm sure they're going to understand. Plus, my packaging is impeccable. It is great packaging. Try to live life with a positive smile and believe in yourself that you do have a good life, but also know that that life is not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. You know, it's life. I'm so happy that your parents got busy, because if they didn't, I wouldn't have a listener to this podcast. I wouldn't have people listening to wherever this podcast becomes available. You know what I mean? So let me check my time here. I just got to get really close to the screen. If you are enjoying this episode of Tuesday Stories with J.R. Bjornson, please follow me wherever you get your podcasts. I'm saying this because this is going to go up on TikTok. This is going to go up on YouTube. This is going to go wherever I think will make the bigger impact. Normally, these episodes are published to just podcast platforms, but today It's going up just a few places because this is one of those episodes I really think people need to hear. If you want to support us, visit patreon.com/Tuesday Stories. Again, that is patreon.com/Tuesday Stories. We have 2 amazing patrons. Maybe you'll be number 3. Maybe you'll be the 3rd patron. You can support us for $5 a month or $11 a month. And if you want to give us a one-time tip, I have another place where we accept tips. It's called buymeacoffee.com/Bjornson. The easiest way to remember it is buymeacoffee.com/Bjornson, which is spelled BJORNSON. Buymeacoffee.com/Bjornson if you want to give us a one-time tip. And for those of you wondering about the GoFundMe fundraiser, we are officially at $3,100. That means we're halfway to getting those beautiful eSight Go glasses. We are halfway there. Anyway, I have to get going. I'm really late to publishing these podcasts lately, and I'll get better. But hey, we're still on a 13-week streak. 13-week streak. 13-week episode. 13 weeks? What am I trying to say? I've been doing this for 13 weeks, and I'm very proud. All right, I'm going to get going. My brain is shutting down. I got up at 7:30 this morning because I had a doctor's appointment type thing, and I missed my bus. And then when I was done there, I realized I had an employment counselor meeting, and it's been a very busy day. And I still brought myself the courage to go check out that yard sale thing at the Hockey Sports Hall of Fame. It's been a great day, but I'm tired. So the podcast is going to be stopping here. We will be back next week, Tuesday. Subscribe to wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for listening, and above all, thank you for being here, because, well, without you here, I would be talking to myself. Look at this. We made it to 17 minutes and 30 seconds. You know what? We're going to call that a win.